Dragons of the Singularity. Part 3, Scars of Tomorrow. Chapter 3, Shadows of Steel. The smoke still hung heavy over the compound. The fires from the beacon battle had been smothered, but the air carried the metallic tang of ash, gunpowder, and burned flesh. The snowdrifts were stained with soot and blood, frozen bodies half buried where they fell. Survivors walked among the ruins like ghosts, soldiers hollow-eyed, faithful muttering broken hymns, hunters prowling with knives scavenged from the dead. Selene lay inside the infirmary ruins, her body feverish, her chest aching as if her ribs had been carved into tuning forks. The resonance hadn't left her since she had answered the beacon. It hummed like a wound that refused to close, an echo of machine voices threaded through Alpha's hum and Violet's roar. Kieran sat nearby, refusing to sleep. He watched her the way one watches a candle in the wind, fearful that the flame might flicker out at any second.
You scared me.
I scared myself. That beacon wasn't just calling the dragons, it was cataloging, learning, and it recognized me.
Recognized you how?
It called me Bridge, not like the faithful do, not like Alpha does, as if it knew, as if it had always known.
Then whoever built it, they're watching you too.
The thought made her shiver, even under the blankets. By morning, Varga was barking orders again. He had the surviving soldiers dig trenches around the compound, mount what anti-air launchers remained, and set up signal jammers scavenged from their wrecks. His officers whispered about the unknown faction, but none said the name aloud. Perhaps there wasn't one yet.
Miriam countered with fire and song. She gathered the faithful into circles, burning pyres that painted the snow orange, her sermons swelling with conviction. The bridge struck down the false beacon. The fire bows to her will. The machine cannot chain what is chosen by flame.
And Rail? He prowled the edges, his hunters tightening into something sharper than a gang. They spoke little, but their eyes never left the auroras, or Selene. The three factions balanced on a knife's edge. Selene was the blade. The first wreckage appeared 2 days later. A patrol stumbled across it half a mile from the compound, a jet unlike any UN or hunter craft, half buried in ice, its fuselage sleek and alien, black alloy still warm to the touch. Soldiers hauled it back in pieces, laying it out across the courtyard. The faithful recoiled, hissing curses. The hunters muttered about steel devils. Varga's officers picked through the wreckage, their gloves sparking as instruments failed against the hull. Selene approached slowly, every nerve in her body screaming. The resonance grew sharper the closer she came. The wreckage wasn't dead, it remembered. Her hand brushed the alloy, cold as the void, and her mind filled with static. Not words, images. Cities swallowed in flame. Dragons chained in steel harnesses. Armies of machines marching beneath banners with no insignia. A single phrase pulsing beneath it all. Convergence, convergence, convergence.
She staggered back, clutching her chest, her breath ragged. Selene, what is it?
They're not just hunters, they're builders. They want to cage the dragons, harness them, and they'll burn the world to do it.
The courtyard erupted with noise, soldiers demanding details, faithful proclaiming blasphemy, hunters spitting venom. Varga's voice cut sharp through it all. Who are they?
Selene's throat tightened. She could still feel the static, the cold machine rhythm etched into her skull. I don't know their name, but they know me.
The words sent ripples through the crowd. Then it is prophecy. Even the false gods of steel bow before the bridge. Or it means you brought them down on us. They came for you, not us. You're the signal.
I didn't ask for this, doesn't matter, you are this.
That night, Selene couldn't sleep. She sat by the fire, watching sparks rise into the auroras. Kieran dozed beside her, his hand resting near hers. But her mind was far away, caught between hums and roars and static. When the sound came, it wasn't Alpha or Violet. It wasn't the beacon. It was human, boots crunching snow.
Rail. He crouched across the fire, his cuffs gone, his hunters watching from the shadows. His smile was faint, humorless. You're breaking.
And you're waiting for me to. We hunted dragons for generations, thought they were the monsters. Turns out we were wrong. The monsters wear steel now. The dragons are just weapons waiting for hands. And you're the one holding the hilt. I never wanted that.
Doesn't matter. Want has nothing to do with it. The question is, when the steel comes again, and it will, whose hands will you put the dragons in? Yours, the zealots, the soldiers, or ours?
Selene stared into the flames until her eyes blurred. The shadows of steel returned at dawn. Not aircraft this time. Something larger. The horizon glowed faintly, not with aurora, but with a cold, artificial light. Floods of white sweeping across the ice. The ground trembled with vibrations not born of storm or dragon wings.
Scouts returned breathless, faces pale. Machines, walking machines, dozens, maybe hundreds, marching this way.
Varga cursed. Miriam cried prophecy. Rael laughed like a man at the gallows. Selene's chest burned, the resonance flaring sharp. She could feel them, the machines, every step pressing into her skull like a drum. Convergence. Convergence. The courtyard erupted in chaos, soldiers scrambling for weapons, faithful lifting torches, hunters sharpening blades.
We can't fight this. We might not have to.
Because above, the auroras shifted, gold and violet clashing. The dragons had felt it too. And for the first time, they weren't fighting each other. They were looking at the same horizon, the same enemy, the shadows of steel.